Well, another day in the shop here. We got the work truck on the hoist. The big 2019 F-350. Boss requested that we change the diff fluids because it's got just shy of 170,000 on it now. So, right off the bat, I gotta complain because Ford put a fill plug in these trucks, but they did not put a drain plug. Can you believe that? 2019 and we don't have the technology to put a drain plug in a rear diff. So we're going to be forced to take this cover off and probably remake this gasket because it looks like they just RTV'd it from factory. You can see the overhang of it. And then I thought, well, the back diff doesn't have the drain plug, so the front diff definitely isn't going to have it either. So here's the front diff. We got a fill plug, but again we've got no drain plug. And I will mention another funny thing. On the front diff they use a 6-sided bolt, and on the back diff they use a 12-point bolt. So could have been a lot easier if they put a drain plug in it, but we'll still get her done. So I'm gonna get these covers off, get them drained, and then we'll show you what we're using for fluid. So 170,000 kilometers and the fluid's not even tarnished, but better to know than not know, so we're changing it anyway. So for the fill plug, you just use your square on your 3/8 drive, and it is magnetized. As you can see, we've got a little bit of silt there, but that's normal. The new rear end being broke in and whatever, there's nothing there scary. There's no pieces. It's just literally like kind of like JB Weld, but it's soft. Alright, so we got the cover cleaned up, new RTV fastened on there, everything tight. We got the drain plug out, and now we're going to put the Lucas synthetic 75-140 to the back diff, and then we'll get on with the front one. So you just fill it until it runs out the hole. So it made it look clear when we drained it, but it's pretty black looking stuff in the pan, so it's definitely in need. So for the back we used the 13mm 12-point socket. For the front it's a 14mm 6-point socket. So we're just getting the front started here now. I'm gonna pop the cover and let her drain. So we've got the front's now draining. Not sure where I laid my flashlight, but as you can see, this isn't real great looking stuff coming out of here. Pretty milky and green. So for the front, we're going to be using 80/90. The rear end has clutch packs and stuff for the posi locker and all that, so the fluids are different from front to back. So make sure when you're doing this that you use the proper stuff. Wow, them brakes don't look good, but yeah. So once we get that drained, we'll pull the cover, clean it up, RTV it. I'm not going to waste my time showing you guys that because everyone knows how to do it. And then we'll tighten it back up, take our fill plug out and fill her up. Okay, so we got our diff back together. New RTV, I've already filled it. We used 80/90. The back diff in this truck used about 4 liters, just shy, and the front diff was 3 liters. So that's how it's done. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but Still kind of stupid that they didn't put a drain plug. So that's her. So while this thing's on the hoist, boys and girls, we're gonna do the transfer case fluid too. A lot of people make the mistake of putting gear oil in the transfer case. That's a big no-no. What you actually use in most of these newer vehicles is ATF. So just because I like picking on Ford, their drain plugs are both just your square head off your 3/8. But when you drain this sucker, it comes down here on this guard pan, it runs out this end, and then you no sooner get the pan catching it, and then it starts running out over here at this end. As you can see, I made a nice mess on the floor. So other than that, not really too big of a deal, but you can definitely see how burned. I mean, that fluid should be red, and it's a nasty brown color. This thing's had a lot of hard use in four-wheel drive, so compared to most trucks with 170,000 on it, this thing's probably spent a good third of its life, maybe not a third, at least a quarter, in four-wheel drive, plowing, off-road use, whatever. So we're letting that drain. What we're going to be filling it with is a high quality ATF. I really like this Valvoline stuff, full synthetic. So we'll get our squirt bottle filled up and fill her up and see how much it takes. Yeah, so the verdict for this one is it took about 3 liters of ATF to fill the transfer case. And I just want to add 2 cents worth. Make sure when you're doing this that you clean the dirt off your bolts, because it only takes a couple specks of dirt or rock. You get that in there and it's going to cause major damage to your bearings and stuff. But yeah, check out this splash pan. Well, it ran all over there and there. Oh well, it's done. We'll clean her up. So that's that, the Ford transfer case. Remember, ATF, not gear oil.